Each year, 150 women in BC will get it. For some, it will be too late. For others, there's time to turn it around. Either way, they didn't do the basic thing that would help detect it. And while the rates are declining, more awareness is needed.
All right, it's not the most comfortable topic, but it's an important one. 90% of cervical cancer cases can be prevented through one simple test, a pap smear. And while it might make most of us cringe, well, it will help save lives.
I think there's fear there for sure. I think there's sort of a misunderstanding as to what it actually does. Many women think that a pap exam actually tests for sexually transmitted infections, when in fact a pap exam really is looking at the cells of the cervix to make sure they're healthy and normal.
The large majority of cervical cancer is caused by HPV, or the human papilloma virus, a group of 150 viruses, 40 of which are sexually transmitted. While the virus clears up by itself most of the time, there are some that are persistent viruses that can cause the cancer.
Yeah, exactly, about reducing the risk of sexually transmitted infections.
Jennifer Gibson from Island Sexual Health says most women don't understand much about the pap test. It should be done 3 years after sexual intercourse or when you turn 21, whichever one comes first. Gibson says many women have grown up with the notion that this test hurts, which it shouldn't.
It's a pretty big thing, but a lot of women don't know a lot about it. People haven't explained it well to them. They don't know where to go and get them.
Your family doctor, midwives, nurses, or certain clinics all offer the test.
Hi there.
Tara Patterson is a 22-year-old student. She says she grew up knowing that the test was something she had to get done.
I went in for the first time when I was 18, and my best friend's mom was a major advocate of getting pap tests.
And she adds that there is a misunderstanding out there about the gay and lesbian community when it comes to this test.
There's a common misconception that queer women are not at risk for cervical cancer, or are not at risk for HPV, which is the virus that causes cervical cancer, but that's actually not true.
British Columbia was one of the first provinces to implement free pap tests back in the 1950s. Since then, the risk of developing cervical cancer has dropped by 70%.
So knowing that, and knowing that, taking that step can be really empowering, and it hopefully sort of offsets any, discomfort that a person might experience.
Also, find a doctor or healthcare provider you're comfortable with to ease the process. Gibson adds treating yourself after you get the test done will help you. It's like a reward for going through such an intimate process. In Victoria, I'm Sucheta Singh for The Daily.